They canceled school, announced Auxil, a hyper little boy of 8. Is that right, Auxil? I can see you're very devastated about that. The other kids laughed. He hates school, Guyler said. He's always getting in trouble. Pas vrai. I don't believe it. More laughs. They asked if he'd heard about the coup, and would he be taking the boat out today, and did he still have some cookies from the Baptist mission? Then Elian, Kinston's youngest, asked if he'd seen that man. What man? The man without his head. No, Cherie, I didn't. It occurred to him that children would want reassuring. That happened over in Boucan, not Tully. He was the mayor, said Canal. Matt acknowledged this. He was Lavalas, said Adeline. I wouldn't know about that, said Matt. Are you Lavalas? I'm not anything. I'm a Blanc. They thought about this. Auxil asked if they could borrow the soccer ball. Then Elian piped up again. Do you think they killed him? Him could only be Aristide, president for 7 months. That children had to ask such questions. Matt's heart broke a little at this. I don't know. I hope not. It would be bad for your business, said Canal. That's what my papa said. Your papa's a smart man. It would be bad for everybody's business. Do they have coups in the U.S.? Elian asked now. Matthew Amaker, college dropout, summoned up his American history, such as it was. No, my dear. Well, not for a long time. That afternoon, the coup came to Tully Beach in the form of idiots tearing along Route Nationale 1, honking horns and spraying bursts of fun bullets in the air. After their first pass, Matt padlocked the gate to the compound and got a machete and gaff hook from the equipment shed. The belt of forest between his place and the highway might seem to offer some protection, but nothing really kept them from driving down the lane and busting through his gate. To do what? And why his place out of all the others? Or did they even need a reason? Maybe randomness was part of the method, pure chance as the highest expression of a certain kind of power. He sat on his porch and wondered how scared he was supposed to be. Even from half a mile away, machine guns were loud, something he hadn't known before today. Through the trees, he could see Kinston's house shut tight, and farther down the beach, every house and shack was similarly closed and shuttered. This was the drill, apparently. The neighborhood went to lockdown while the fools out on the highway did their sound and light show. He got a barely cool beer from the refrigerator and went back to the porch, where he watched the waves slapping his eyelash of beach and pondered this, his first coup. So far, it wasn't much. Mainly, you hunkered down and waited for news, for something to happen. So there was that, the humiliation of forced passivity, plus a restless, tingling ache in your bones like caffeine appended to a bad night's sleep. He found his thoughts constantly looping back to how much money he'd lost today. Dive party of 4 at $120 per head, plus equipment rental, plus snacks and drinks. It was pathetic, obsessing over your bottom line in the midst of a national tragedy. This wasn't greed, he decided, but desperation, fear of losing every last cent to your name. Perhaps greed came later, a further station along the capitalist continuum. The assholes out on the highway seemed to have unlimited ammunition. After thoroughly destroying the peace along this stretch of the coast, they took their show north toward Montuit. 30 minutes later, they came barreling south again, and once they'd passed, Tully came to life, everyone popping outside as if an all-clear had sounded. How did they know? Somehow they knew. Kinston came down the path with several eggs in each hand. He was slight, dark, smoothly muscled in the way of a fit adolescent, his big hands out of all proportion to the rest of him. Gently, over the course of the past few months, Matt was trying to coax him into loosening up around clients. It was okay to joke and banter, even to smile once in a while. Kinston excelled at all things having to do with boats, but was a project when it came to the recreative part, which was, by the way, the whole point of the enterprise. Sport. Pleasure. Providing the client with a safe and memorable aquatic experience. Kinston, that born Puritan, took the chair next to Matt's. He wore a beat-up buck's cap, an orange nylon tank shirt, and faded board shorts. In the shadow of the cap, his features blurred to a scumble of mustache and goatee. Watchful.